everyone. I'm Mrs. Richardson. I am so happy that you're here joining me tonight for our virtual back to school night. As much as I love to see you in person, I am glad we have this opportunity to meet over Genesis online through this video. So I am the art teacher. I am the one and only here at Lawrence Middle School. I teach both 7th and 8th grade, and I get to teach the entire school. It's very exciting. I love that I get to meet all of your students. I'm currently teaching your students, which are located in the House of Phoenix, and eventually I will get to teach Orion and Draco as well, which means your students actually rotate on a trimester in my class. So I'll be working with your students in art class up until around sometime between Thanksgiving and winter break. That is when we make our switch. So they'll have art until then. After that, they get the pleasure of moving on to our communications class with Mr. Van Loo. They'll be in Mr. Van Loo's class until around March. And then after that, they get to end the year with Mr. Stamatello's in technology. And in all these classes, you're going to have your students do many creative projects, think outside the box, learn how to use their public speaking skills. So many exciting things. It's really a great opportunity to get here at Lawrence Middle School to have this plethora of electives. So for my class, let's talk about how I break up 7th and 8th grade, because I get to teach them both years, which is very exciting. So over those 2 years, I like to give them a well-rounded idea of what an artist does, how we work as artists, how we create, how we come up with ideas. So in 7th grade, we try to focus on 2D art. So we do pencil drawings, we work with acrylic paint, we work with oil pastels, we work with, sometimes we've done wood burning, sometimes we've done stamps, we've done learning how to shade, how to blend, how to mix colors. Anything that is 2D related is what we focus on in my 7th grade classes. As you can see from the beautiful examples I have here on the left side, it was making this presentation, it was very hard to choose because I have hundreds of beautiful artworks stored away on my camera roll on my phone, and it was very hard to pick just a few. Beautiful, beautiful artworks are created in my 7th grade class, as well as my 8th grade classes. In my 8th grade classes, as you can see on the right, we try to focus more on 3D art. So that means we're using paper mache, we're building sculptures, we're working with clay. In the past, I've had my students do this really fun clay box project. I've also done bowls, we've done mugs, paper mache desserts, we've done styrofoam sculptures. Anything that's 3D is what we tackle in 8th grade. And like I said, 7th grade is 2D. In all, when your students leave Lawrence Middle School, they're going to have a really great idea of what art materials they love and maybe the ones they don't love. They're going to really figure that out over the next 2 years. So, like I said, it was really hard to pick and choose what pictures to put in this presentation. If you're interested in looking at other past artworks, you can check out my Instagram account, which is at Cardinal Art Room with the underscores right here in the center. And the great thing is if you do follow me, I do post pretty periodically pictures of your students' artworks. I love to post their projects in progress. I like to post final projects. I like to post pictures of them when they're working, team building. It really is a fun experience in my class, and Instagram is a really great way to catch up on what your students are creating and doing and all that. So, as far as the rest of my class goes, the way it's set up with grading, I do break up my grade book pretty simply. There will never be homework in my class. The only time there may be homework is if a student forgets to turn something in during class or maybe doesn't finish it, but most likely that won't happen in my class. So basically my grade book is set up with our summative grade, which is our big projects, and classwork and participation. For classwork, we work a lot with our do nows, which is daily sketches. I always have a silly sentence on the board, and we go and we talk about how to draw and how to be creative in a short amount of time for our do now. We also do classwork that will enrich our units and enrich our lessons. So maybe we'll do worksheets on how to color mix, worksheets on how to learn how to blend pencils, whatever the lesson entails. And then our big summative grades are going to be made up of our projects. We usually do about 3 to 4 projects a trimester. Sometimes I can fit more in there, but usually it's just about 3 to 4 because we do have a very limited time in our trimester together. So at the end of the year, I will be putting on a big art show. This is something I love to do every year. Because of COVID, we haven't had a really big one like the ones in this picture since the spring of 2019, but I'm really excited to bring this back because it's been too long and there's just so many talented artworks I need to show off to the school and to my the students' friends. I need to show off to the families, everybody. So as you see in these three pictures here, I like to stuff the walls with all your kids' art. This is only one portion of the hallway. I actually fill the hallway that goes around towards the gym. I fill with more artworks over there. So the reason I bring this up now is because I know that a lot of you are thinking, oh, my student would love this. They love creating. Maybe you have a student who loves to create at home. This is a great opportunity for your students who enjoy creating in their own time to bring in artwork, to submit artwork. So that way I can showcase it and we can really just show their talents off. So if you have a student who you think would be interested in showcasing their artwork at the end of the year art show, tell them to come talk to me. I would love to tell them how to start submitting. So I actually run two clubs here at school. The first one is our stage crew. So stage crew is when we create the backdrops for the school play. Every year we put on an amazing production. Madame Bale is our head director for that. She's the one who's in charge of the acting. If you're interested in having your student act, I would go talk to Madame Bale. My portion is the stage. So making sure that our backgrounds are beautiful, making sure that my students are being creative and really working together to put on a beautiful production. So you can see over here, this is from when we did Annie a few years ago. These two pictures are from when we did Frozen a few years ago. This year, we have a really good show planned. I can't tell you what it is yet, but it's going to be really great. Stage crew is going to start in the wintertime. So if you're interested, hold tight for a little bit. Just keep in mind for your student that stage crew, it will be starting in a few months. Something that is starting right now is art club. Art club is my pride and joy. I love these kids. These are my kids who just really embrace art and want to be creative and do more of it. So in art club, we're going to be meeting once a week. We're actually going to be starting next week. If you have a student who you think would be interested in joining art club, please tell them to listen to the announcements. All information will be on the announcements this week and next week. So what is art club? In art club, we like to do projects that we wouldn't necessarily be able to do in a normal class setting. For example, we've done sewing in the past. We've painted stairwells before. As you can see from the pictures here, we've painted the staircases. We've painted chairs. We've done some outside activities. We've done splatter painting. We've gone more in depth with canvas painting. Art club is really a fun time. I hope all your kids join. If they're interested, tell them to listen to the announcements or come ask me questions. Other than that, it has been a pleasure talking to you tonight. If you have any questions or concerns about my class, please shoot me an email at krichardson@ltps.info. I would love to talk to you. I would love to meet your little artists. If maybe they're not on my House of Phoenix right now, if they're on Orion or Draco, my Phoenix kids I get the pleasure of seeing every day until Thanksgiving. So have a great night. Thank you so much for staying with me.